that we're going to analyze every stinking move they make. That's not bad, right? Okay, something could be smelly here. There are politicians that would bring up the odor in the room. Anyhow, so we're going to analyze everything, though. So this is a Casey Cagle freshly released campaign commercial this morning against his opponent, Brian Kemp. Roll the tape.
So, Mr. Kemp, you want my vote?
I sure do.
Well, why'd you default on $700,000 worth of loans you personally guaranteed for a grain processor?
Oh, well, now
And why'd you refuse to pay farmers millions of dollars you owed them for their crops?
Well, now, on that...
And why'd the state suspend your license from doing business with farmers?
Okay, now, that
Shame on you, Brian Kemp. Get off my porch.
Brian Kemp, incompetent, untrustworthy.
Wow. Wow. So could that be the reason he wanted to run against Brian Kemp? Could that be it? You know, somebody sent me in a campaign, on election night after the results came in, and I made a mention of wonder what the Cagle-Kemp runoff will look like. And somebody sent me back scorched earth. Scorched earth. Well, now, so let me just put something out there for you to ponder. Don't you ever like to just ponder something? I mean, come on, we're in the South, right? So when it's warm out and you're in the South and peaches are in and, you know, and you got your dog and the dog's laying on the porch and you like to ponder, you know what I mean? So sit back in that rocking chair on that front porch and just ponder the strategery, as George W. would say, of why Cagle released the family-friendly, loving Christian husband ad through his wife, Nita Cagle. Now, why did Nita, now don't take this wrong, folks, but why did the Cagle campaign release the Stand By My Man? I met him at Christian camp as a young man playing football, and he has been a great dad. He has been a Christian leader and all the above. Watch the video. Why did they release that really nice video of Stand By My Man first, and then the attack on Brian Kemp right behind it? Why is it 3 days? What's the strategery behind the Cagle? I think I know. There's an old saying of get out in front of something. You know, politics school says get out in front. So I'm just saying, I don't know, but I'm watching and you're watching too, and let's watch together and talk about it. So why does Cagle, which I like Casey Cagle and I like Brian Kemp, they're two good candidates, but this is politics, folks. This is all, hey, all's fair in love and war and politics. So Casey Cagle's camp, let's see. They put out the very nice, I mean, that was wholesome. I mean, that is a video you would play in your Sunday school class. Nita Cagle coming out. What a godly man Casey Cagle is. A family man. I first remember seeing him at the Christian athletes, the Future Christian Athletes Association dinner. And I was just taken by this young man, and he has been a good father and a husband all these years. So why did they put that ad out that you would play in Sunday school? And then right behind it, they would tweet out, the Casey Cagle camp would tweet out, let's keep up with this, blaming Brian Kemp for the 9-week runoff. Blaming him for the 9-week runoff, when it used to be 3 weeks. And there's the argument because a federal judge in 1986 said, the Federal Election Act of 1986 said that if you are abroad, not abroad, if you lived abroad, whatever the hell, right? If you were out there somewhere, UFO, you've been abducted, but you want to vote, In 1986, the federal government said you have 45 days to get your ballot in. So if you're in Germany or you're somewhere traveling or you're, whatever, or you're on a mission from God, you can, missionary, don't make fun of it, okay? You got 45 days to get your ballot in, okay? Period. So there's the argument that that's the federal act. Well, Georgia was taken to court because our runoffs were 3 weeks, are 3 weeks after at this time, okay? Primary, runoff, 3 weeks. So we're taken to federal court. Federal court says, no. Your runoffs have to be, okay, 9 weeks, 45 days. Have to be. Now, there's an argument is, well, wait a minute, this is a state election. That's a federal election. So let's confuse things. Let's make federal 9 weeks and state 3 weeks, right? That's the argument I would hear from people. This is 3 weeks. So what the person that tells me, or anybody that tells me, well, that's a federal decision, we're talking about a state election. Does it actually apply? And shouldn't the primary be 3 weeks? Well, wait a minute. So what you're saying is, if you live in Gilmer County and you have to travel for work and you got called away, you're a contractor and you're somewhere in the middle of nowhere, but this is your residence, this is where you live. What you're saying is you need to lose your right to vote for commissioner. You need to lose your right to vote for the runoff in the commissioner's race. You need to lose your right to vote for your senator, your congressman, your state representative. You need to lose all your rights to vote because you left, because that's state. But federal, you could have 45 days. So that's the argument I heard from someone yesterday. Really? Okay. But anyhow, Cagle, staying put, make my point. The Sunday school ad, stand by your man. Need a Cagle. Nice. Casey's just a good family man. Always has been, always will be. All right. Now, I'm not making fun of it, but that's the one they put out, the wholesome, nice ad, to get maybe out in front. That was out in front for some reason. And then they have the tweet blaming Brian Kemp for the 9, because he's Secretary of State. It's your fault it takes 9 weeks in Georgia. It used to only take 3 weeks. It's all your fault. Well, then Cagle's camp released, hey, look, that's a federal law that boom, we have to abide by. And then there's this ad talking about financial things through Brian Kemp, maybe as a private business owner, I'm not for sure, defaulting on loans and stuff. But you remember, this one's out front. The wholesome ad is out front. So let's see what Kemp does now with this scorched earth ad. Get off my porch. Let me tell you something, okay? Now, a lot of you damn people call me a damn Yankee. And you know what a damn Yankee is? There's a difference in a Yankee and a damn Yankee. A damn Yankee is a Yankee that just won't go back home. And damn Yankees just will not go back home. I understand all that, okay? But don't try to get me in a Southern mannerism test. Mama and Daddy lived in the South. I was raised in the Southern home. Just happened to be north of the Mason-Dixon line. But don't test me on my Southern mannerism. Now get off of my porch. Oh, you don't understand in the South. See, there's still people that understand that, okay? See, the reason the shotgun resonated on so many levels with Brian Kemp and Jake is because some people in the South, other places too, really remember the old reference, shotgun wedding, okay? Shotgun wedding, period. Say it whether you like it or not. So there are some references. So let me tell you something. For some people, when you tell somebody to get off my porch, oh, you don't understand what you just did. Now in the South, somebody walks up on your porch and you say, you need to get off my porch, and you need to get off my porch now. That's different. That's different. That's, hey man, that's throwing down right there. The die has been cast. So we'll see where that's going.